A little bit more time.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, muy buenas tardes. Members of the press, thank you all for being here. We thank each and every one of you for being here. Boxing returns Saturday, March the 14th, right here at the iconic El Paso County Coliseum. Once again, Ring Wars presents Ring Wars 22, Saturday, November the 14th. We're looking at about 11 professional bouts. As always, cards are subject to change, but right now we got 11 professional bouts. 4 out of the 11 will consist of women's professional bouts as well. So you're guaranteed non-stop action from the first bell throughout the main event. And with that, I'd like to say, please help me welcome CEO of Warriors Edge Boxing, Mr. Luis Trevino.
Thank you. Thank you, Aldo. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for coming out to the press conference. I'll do a little speech. I'll kind of highlight the fighters that are here today, give you some brief information on ticket sales and so on, the basic stuff, right? And then, of course, brief information on fight week as well. And then I'll hand it over back to Aldo, and then he'll introduce each fighter. There's questions out there for the fighters. The fighters will come up here, and if you want to ask them questions about their journey over here, right? So as they get prepared, ready for March the 14th. So real quick, guys, let me tell you the relationship I have with King's Promotion. It's been a partnership built on trust, hard work, and mostly important, loyalty, because that's the key, man. Loyalty, right? Together, we've been able to bring top-tier boxing to El Paso. I know there's been other promotion companies, and I'm not knocking them down, but it's funny when they say boxing's back in El Paso. Negative. This is our 6th Ring Wars. Boxing has always been here in El Paso, you know, because of these individuals right here, right? Our vision is to build a series of events not only to showcase incredible talent like you see up here, but also prospects across the surrounding region like Las Cruces and Albuquerque. You know, they bring a lot to the table as well. And I mean, really, we're just one metroplex of boxing here. We believe that every card doesn't need a world title fight to be successful or have some meaning to it, right? What matters most is showcasing top regional prospects and delivering exciting, action-packed fights that fans can be proud of, right? We build champions, right? In the end, great partnerships and loyalty are the foundation. And with this team, Kings, Warriors, and the El Paso Sports Commission/community, the future of boxing in this region looks incredibly bright, right? It's a truly honor to be here today as we gear up for the promises to be a spectacular night of boxing, Ring Wars number 22, featuring a stacked 11-bout card. Ladies and gentlemen, 11-bout card, and every fight has some fireworks to it. Before I introduce some of the fighters, I want to take a moment to thank some key players that helped me and to make this event possible, right? First of all, I want to thank Mr. Antonio Rodriguez and Ms. Janet Vargas from the County of El Paso, the El Paso County Coliseum, as they've been instrumental for us to be here. So a round of applause for Tony and Janet.
Tony's in the back of the corner.
Yeah, he's over there. He does everything behind the scenes, right? I also want to thank Mr. Rainer Mayer. He does all my media for Warriors Edge Boxing. He puts all the things together, all these posters and all that. I couldn't have done it without him. So thank you, Rainer. Special shout out to you guys, Ruben, Herman, Mando, Felix, everybody from the media, K-Fox, KTSN. You always here for us, always promoting, and of course, without you guys, we couldn't have made this possible, right? So thank the media. A big round of applause for the media. And of course, L&F Distributors, and then also Mr. L&J Restaurant. L&J Cafe is also a big sponsorship for us. And last but not least, Mr. Sergio Lewis, always part of these shows. 6 Ring Wars is our 6th one. He's always been part of every Ring Wars. And not only professional boxing folks, Mr. Sergio Lewis is big instrumental to the amateur scene, where these guys and these gals came from the amateur, from Golden Gloves on up. Mr. Sergio Lewis, thank you so much, sir. Now let's talk about the fighters lining up today. Incredible card. I'm gonna just introduce them down real quick and just, I'll just tell you where they're at, and then Aldo will bring them up a little bit later. First, on the card, we were gonna have Pedro Rodarte, La Panterita, right? He debuted, and let me just give him a quick intro. He debuted in November 2025. He fought a real contender and won, and it's a true candidate at Reynosa, New Mexico for Fight of the Night. It was a true fight for him, as being his first fight. It was a challenging fight, but you know what, guys? It taught him a lot. So Pedro Rodarte will be on the card. Just raise your hand, Pedro. Give where you're at. Next, I want to introduce from Las Cruces, New Mexico, right? She's making her debut here in El Paso. We're proud to have her here at the Coliseum. She's an Army veteran, an active National Guardsman, and check this out, folks, 12-time national champion, 8-weight division champion, 2-time Golden Glove champion, back-to-back fighter of the tournament, and fought for the Army World Class Athlete Program. Ladies and gentlemen, Ariana Carrasco. We got some heavy hitters in the females. Also, let me introduce 8-time national champion, international gold medalist, and made the Junior Youth USA boxing team, Ivy Poison Enriquez. 2024 Texas State Golden Glove champion, national champion in Mexico, Chihuahua State champion, Texas Women champion, 6-1, and just fought for the WBC Silver World title belt at flyweight. Ladies and gentlemen, Nayeli, La Viquina Rodriguez. Got some heavy hitters, folks, I'm telling you. Let me see. I think I got all mixed up. I got them. Also, guys, we got in our main event, we got Jorge Tovar here. And let me tell you about Jorge Tovar. He brings attitude, he brings courage, he brings everything to the table. He will be headlining this card March the 14th. Give it up for El Jaguar, Jorge Tovar. All right, folks, let me just tell you what Fight Week looks like for the media. Fight Week schedule is Thursday, March 12th at 1 p.m. Media workouts at Warriors Edge Boxing. Friday, March 13th, official weigh-ins at the Kickback Bar, 10780 Pebble Hills. And Saturday, of course, Ring Wars. Tickets are available $50, $100, and $125. Those are the ticket sales as well. And let me just introduce one more guy that just walked in. Devon Garcia at the end, folks, from Las Cruces, New Mexico. 2024 Golden Glove champion. And all his pro, he's 3-0 as a pro. All his pro fights have been by knockout. So big applause for Devon Garcia. Before I hand it over to Aldo, guys, I'm just going to say my quick last words here. Boxing isn't just a sport, it's a sacrifice, right? It's really mornings, it's late nights, and work being done when nobody's watching. Everybody talks about talent, but I'm going to tell you one thing. Talent alone doesn't win fights. Heart does, discipline does, and resilience does. The fighters here today don't run from pressure. They train for it. They embrace it. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Ring Wars, March the 14th. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tree. Like Tree said, it's going to be nonstop action from the first bell, from the first bout, all the way through the main event of that night. With that said, I'd like to bring up, of course, making her professional debut. Tree told you everything about her. Miss Ariana Carrasco, please come on up.
Hi, everybody. I'm excited to be making my pro debut here in El Paso. Still like a local area for me. I've had many fights here, so I'm excited to be making my pro debut.
And with that said, if there's any questions, by all means, we got a question over here. Yes, sir.
Ariana, first of all, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. You've competed at a high level and you're representing Las Cruces. What's the biggest mental edge you've earned from tournaments and travel?
Biggest mental edge, I would say I take everything, take little things from each fight, but just knowing that I really love doing this and I just want to keep going and see where I can go.
Hey, sorry, I just maybe talk about your amateur career. It was a long one and a good one, but how did you feel like you grew as a fighter?
I think, yeah, it was long, it was good, but I think I was ready to come into the pros. I feel like I've done everything that I could do in the amateurs, and honestly, like, I feel like it not only grew me as a boxer, but as a person. Just, you know, like they said, discipline, just taking like every bit in that I could and develop as a young woman.
I guess for those who haven't seen you fight, how would you describe your style?
I would say I'm a counter puncher. I do like going forward, but I like to create openings and use my range.
I know you're sparred with Stephanie Hahn, and anticipation of the last fight, I guess, you got to get a taste of fighting the pro. What was that like, and what did you learn from it?
I learned a lot. I learned, you know, kind of how to control myself in certain areas, like my punching power, like when to place it, when to kind of just sit back a little bit and kind of create openings, like I said. Honestly, it was a really fun experience, and then I just really like working with Stephanie. So.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Can you tell me a little bit about your Army background, some of the bases you were stationed? Were you ever stationed at Fort Bliss? What was your MOS?
My MOS, 88 Mike, motor transport operator. I was stationed at Fort Carson, Colorado, where I was with the World Class Athlete Program. I was there for 3 years, and I just did one contract. I'm currently now serving at New Mexico National Guard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really loved Fort Carson. I spent 2 years with the World Class Athlete Program, and then my last year was at 4th Engineer Battalion.
So were you boxing before the Army, or did you start boxing while you were in the Army?
So I've been boxing since I was 12, but they kind of recruited me into the program when I was 17, and then once I turned 18, I was like, you know what, this is a really great opportunity. You know, with the Army, they have a lot of benefits that I get to have now. But yeah.
What do you want to tell? What can you tell the soldiers at Fort Bliss to encourage them to come out and support you?
You know, I hope you guys liked boxing, and if you do, please come support not only me, but everybody else on the card. I'm always representing the Army as well, so, you know, I'll represent you guys.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a highly decorated amateur background lady with a professional debut. Round of applause for Miss Ariana Carrasco. And now, ladies and gentlemen, his first fight, he won. He's ready for his second one, and now he gets to fight right here in El Paso, his hometown. Please help me welcome Pedro Rodarte. La Panterita, sorry.
Bueno, mi nombre es Pedro, tengo una, como le dicen, tengo una pelea, una ganada y estamos en una preparación muy para dar un buen espectáculo este 14 de marzo.
Any questions for Pedro? Yes, sir.
Pedro, ¿cuál es un ajuste que has hecho recientemente que la gente va a notar en tu próxima pelea? Algo que un aficionado casual no va a captar a menos que tú lo señales.
No, pues estamos en una ya entrenando más fuerte, más agresivos, una más preparación más de condición y todo, para darles el espectáculo que quieran.
Muy bien. ¿Otra pregunta, anyone?
Sí, pues, pero ¿cuál es el ajuste que has hecho recientemente que la gente va a notar en tu próxima pelea? La gente te conoce así como la panterita. O sea, ¿qué parte de tu estilo? ¿A qué se refiere ese juego?
La panterita refiere como a lo más técnico, pues a lo agresivo más o menos. Ya juntan los dos.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Un aplauso, por favor, a la Panterita Rodarte. Our last ring wars was in July of 2025, and he made his professional debut here, won his first fight by KO. Pretty impressive. After that, he went ahead and picked up 2 more fights, and now he's 3-0, and like Mr. Trevino mentioned, 3 fights, all 3 by way of KO, proudly representing Las Cruces, New Mexico. He is Devon. Devon Garcia. You have a nickname?
Devon, El Perro Negro.
El Perro Negro.
I'm excited to make my 4th fight here in El Paso and put on the show for everybody again. Continue my knockout streak and show what I got to do, because there's a lot of skills I haven't been able to show to the world. So I'm excited to put a show on for you guys March 14th. Any questions?
Hey, Devin, so you're repping Las Cruces. After people watch you fight, what do you want New Mexico fans to say? That you're talented or that you're a problem? And what does that mean for the ring?
I want to be both. There's only been 3 New Mexico champions, and Luis coached all 3 of them, and that's my coach, so I plan to be the 4th and make history in New Mexico. So that, and I'm a Portland native, so I'm representing El Paso too.
So early in a pro career, it's easy to chase moments. What's one discipline you're focusing on yourself so you don't get reckless?
Well, I got a lot of experience. I've trained since I was 10 years old and everything. I'm a mixed martial artist first. I'm a two-time national champion in wrestling. I was supposed to go to Life University. I had a lot of opportunities, and my path just led to boxing. And so I got a lot of experience. I know how to pace myself. I know what I'm capable of, and I trust my abilities. So I'm ready to put on a show and do what I got to do to get the win.
I guess, Devon, what's through 3 fights, what's your experience been like as a pro? What can you really, being in that gym?
It's been good the past couple of years. Louis is a great coach. I got Stephanie. I've been getting her ready since she came back 5 years ago. I've been her main sparring partner, and so I've been around and seeing like her grow back into this. And I've also had Austin Trout coming back, and he's been sparring with me a little bit. So I got a lot of people that led the way for me, and they led a good path for me to follow. So I kind of got a good game plan and people around me to get me in the right place that I'm supposed to go.
Any other questions? Round of applause, if you would, please. Come on. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 5 wins, undefeated, 0 losses. She's known as the one and only Poison Ivy Enriquez.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm excited to be fighting March 14th. I'm ready to be, on the card with all these other exciting fighters. So, my 4th fight here in El Paso, fighting in my hometown. So, it should be exciting, and I'm ready to put on a show for everyone. Any questions?
You're coming up pretty fast. What are you doing to stay balanced and grounded and not skip any steps as a young fighter?
Yeah, well, I feel like I've had a lot of experience from my amateur, so I know bringing that into my pros, it's only helped me. So I think just focusing, training hard, and staying active is what's gonna help me to not miss any of those little steps.
How many amateur fights do you have on your belt?
I want to say I have about 100, but not a little more. Mm-hmm.
What's a message you have for the city of El Paso to come check you guys out on March 14th?
Well, we have a bunch of talent here in El Paso, and I feel like it's not said a lot that we have a bunch of talent here. So, especially for women's boxing, and I think everyone should come out and support March 14th because it's going to be an exciting fight.
Ivy, what are you trying to prove in the pros that amateur world really can't measure? Power, composure, or IQ?
Well, I'll leave it. I mean, I'm still young, so I have a lot to bring to the table. But I mean, everything comes with that. In the pros, everything comes with it. So I mean, just getting better at those and proving myself that I'm meant to be in the pros.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, if you would, for the one. And also returning to the Coliseum with a record of 6 wins, sadly 1 defeat and 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for La Viquina Rodriguez.
Good afternoon, everyone. As you guys may know, I'm La Viquina, and I am coming back from a loss, but I'm here to prove a point. I am not afraid of nobody. Yes, the loss that I took, not the way I wanted to go, but La Viquina I know I'm making my comeback, but I never went anywhere. I'm coming back better and stronger. It's La Viquina's resurrection. Any questions?
Yeah, after the fans watch you fight, what do you want them to feel when they hear the name, your nickname? Because it seems like that's part of your brand, La Viquina. What do you want the fans to feel when they hear that name?
I want them to feel excitement, get the chills when they hear my name once I walk out. La Viquina represents a strong woman. I don't know if you guys know, there's a legend in Chihuahua of a racehorse fastest racehorse, beautiful racehorse, and they call her La Viquina. I'm fast in the ring, and I know many of you guys heard the song La Viquina from Luis Miguel, and there's a part that goes, altanera, preciosa y orgullosa, and that's who I am.
Nayeli, a lot of fighters say they're locked in. What's one specific thing you're focused on executing early so you can dictate the fight from the start?
You know, I have a very beautiful jab. I always say you're the first and last to hit, and as long as you measure your distance quick in the fight, that's what makes you win fights. You know, showing dominance in the first round. You know, dominance, confidence, everything. Just going in there as a true warrior, going in knowing you already won.
I guess Nayeli, when you look back at the last fight, what did you learn the most from and you want to get better at, I guess?
What I learned, I had to go through certain circumstances, you know, preparing for the fight, the week of fight week, there's a lot of going on. And one thing that I learned is that what happened to me that night will never happen again. It was a learning experience. I fought the number 2 in the world, and here I am coming back better.
Yeah, what's one message you have for the city so they can come check you guys out on March 14th?
You know, it's an action-packed fight. You guys don't want to miss. And of course, you guys don't want to miss La Viquina's resurrection. You know, it's her comeback. So make sure you guys come out.
Damas y caballeros, La Viquina Rodriguez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as Mr. Trevino mentioned, the main event features none other than the hard-hitting, the undefeated, nacido y criado en El Paso, Texas. Damas y caballeros, él es Jorge El Jaguar Tovar.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Marshall, for hosting another event for the local boxers. Thanks, Tree and his team, Rainer, the media, you guys pushing this out. You know, I shot a commercial yesterday, and you know, a lot more people are catching on that there's boxing in the city, and that makes me happy. I'm pretty sure that makes these fighters happy. I want to give a shout out to Stephanie Hahn, and that should motivate us to where she's at. That shows us that we're not any different. You know, I believe El Paso boxing represents the city itself. It's a city that was left far west, Texas. Nobody really knows about it, but El Paso has been holding its own. Same thing with us fighters. We have a lot of talent, we got the skills, and we've been holding our own. Little by little, we're growing just like the city. It's a family-friendly event. Invite your family, invite your cousins. Something positive to do, something to inspire the next upcoming generation, the youth in the city. You know, that's all I gotta say, man. Any questions?
Hey, Jorge, you've talked about bringing energy back to the El Paso fight team. When you picture a statement performance, what does that look like? Pace, damage, or control?
I would say control. You know, control because everything matters that split second, and you gotta be aware at all times. All it takes is one punch. I don't care how good your training camp was, you know, how good you looked in the sparring sessions. The day of the fight, the pressure is built on, the lights get brighter, and we'll see if you're really about that. And it comes down to control. You know, it comes down to believing in yourself. Any more questions?
Two-part question. What's the biggest difference between being undefeated and being ready for the next level? And what are you doing differently you have to prove that you're there?
You know, undefeated just lets me know that I'm doing the right thing, but I understand that there's a lot of people out there also with the same ambition like me, so that keeps me aware. And I have a great team. I got Ruben Garcia, I got Jackie Howe, I got my father, Jorge Tovar Sr., and I got Joseph Galindo, my strength and conditioning coach. They all keep me grounded, they all keep me humble, they let me know that I'm doing good, but we always try to aim better because there's someone out there trying to take that away from me. And I work so hard for it that I'm not willing to give it up that easy. Any more questions? Well, thank you guys for having me, and I also want to give a big thank you to all my sponsors. I actually wrote them down, I don't want to miss any of them. Because of them, I'm able to focus on this fight. The Macro Lab, Recovery Room, Rafa Plastering, DJ Frizzle from Mescalero, the Branding Shop, and God. I want to thank God. Amen. Thank you, God.
Damas y caballeros, round of applause for El Jaguar Tovar as he continues his undefeated streak. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 11 fights are scheduled for March 14th right here at the El Paso County Coliseum. We got 6 boxers here. We're going to have them coming up for photos and stuff, and also for individual questioning as well. Muchísimas gracias to all of you for being here on this Wednesday afternoon. Thank you, and once again, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, like Mr. Tovar said. Let everyone know, March 14th, bring it. Ring Wars 22 here at the El Paso County Coliseum. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Want to get everybody right here?